Well, I recall walking across a field. It's in open countryside. You can see for miles. And on my right was a canal. It was reed fringed, and I remember on the far bank there was lots of willow and ash, I suppose lily and iris. And as I wandered along, there was a bridge. So I walked along to the bridge and I looked along the length of the canal. Been there about a minute or so, I think, and then suddenly the lily started to move and a beautiful golden common carp came out from under the leaves and swam down the centre of the canal. It was a very hot day, so it was, everything was slow, and the fish gradually came towards me, and then it went underneath there, so I stepped across the bridge and watched it swim in the opposite direction. It stayed there for a while. It slowly turned and it started to just break the surface with its dorsal fin and its tail, and its head and shoulders started to come up through the surface, and it pushed its way through the margin weed and the reed, and then suddenly climbed up onto the bank. As it did that, it suddenly started to sort of grow hair and grew arms and legs, and it took the form of it was like a chimpanzee really, and it pulled itself up onto the towpath and crawled out into the field, and it started to sort of dry off a wee bit, shake itself. It then started to grow the hair a bit longer, and the legs grew, and basically it turned into my old collie dog, Moses, and started wagging its tail, and then ran off across the field into the blue. It's very strange, very odd, because it was just so liquid, the way it changed from one to the other, I love fishing for carp. I love them dearly. I care for them. But the mysterious things, you don't know them. And maybe it was something to do with that. You never really know what your dog's thinking either, And I loved him dearly. He died, you see, probably a year before or something, before I had this dream, or during that year. So I was just thinking of him, in the back of my mind somewhere. So I think I don't know, I think it's all to do with being in a place that I love to be, and watching those fish, and I think just being in that place made me think of fishing with Moses, So he was back for a moment or two. Very odd.